Coming up, it'll be Dwight Howard and the Los Angeles Lakers face.
My rain is as far as your eyes can see. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing.
20,000 fans in a chorus at the American Airlines Arena. We've got the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe, Metta, and Pau Gasol are the guys that make up the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Nash out there with Howard. And for Miami, Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade, the tandem in the backcourt. LeBron James is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Bosh in at the center filling out the middle. Here's Howard. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Howard's got the first points of the night for the Lakers.
And there's the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that's a nice tone setter out of the gate.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Not the guy you want to see taking too many free throws. Last season, his numbers among the worst in the league.
And you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season. You know, the Heat knew it was all about the playoffs for them last year, Kevin, and ultimately they would be judged on if they were able to win a title or not. That's maybe harsh, but that truly is the reality for that group.
It is there, you're right. Now here's Kobe. Gets it to go.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Stolen by World Peace. Now here's Kobe, the fast break opportunity. Hammers it down right over the D.
That's a gut punch right there, Clark. Cough up the ball at one end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's painful.
Yeah, Clark, they cruised early, and once Derrick Rose got hurt and the Bulls were knocked out, they were the heavy favorites to reach the finals. But it was a struggle at times. You know, Indiana gave them a real good second round.
Yeah, and then Boston took them to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, even had them down 3-2. But in the end, it was finally LeBron's turn, and he was amazing during the championship round against Oklahoma City. And it was very impressive the way he responded to his critics and played about as well as you can possibly play in an NBA Finals. Congratulations to Miami and to LeBron.
Bosh drives in, takes it into the teeth of the knee, and converts the layup.
Slick play right there. He's so resourceful with the ball in his hands.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Earlier I spoke with Mike Brown. There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. World Peace dishes to Gasol, and stolen by Chalmers. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Battier. LeBron's now got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, as skilled as LeBron is, what's most impressive is his athleticism. I think you could make the argument that he is the greatest athlete, not only in the history of the NBA, but in the history of sports.
Wow. Did you really say that?
Sure did.
I'd have to do some work on that one, partner. I do agree. Yeah, he flushed that one down and then hung around to marvel at his work a little bit.
Getting acquainted with that rim.
And giving the photographers an extra second or two, I guess.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Gasol passes to World Peace. Low block shot on the way. And there's Nash. That's good on the assist by World Peace. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. Jams it with authority.
Not stopping. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
That's tipped. Howard with the steal. Rebound by Mario Chalmers.
Now, normally that's a shot people make, but that's not really his bread and butter there.
T-Wade on the wing. Over Howard. Wade misses.
Tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that.
Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
A breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter.
12.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score. Playing well here, Steve.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Miami, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James at the 2 and 3. Shane Battier is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Cole in at the 1 spot.
Well, you think about the Lakers a year ago, I think the thing that bothered them was they just never could win consistently on the road. They controlled their home court, but on the road it was a different story.
Meeks dishes to Blake. The feed now to Howard. Over Bateen. Goes back up. Barnes can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 6. And it's Wade penetrating. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws. Antoine Jamison picks one up. And you look back at last season, and Steve was just touching on it. The Lakers just really had trouble when they left L.A. on the road. They just couldn't bring it together.
Kevin, they ended up with a 15 and 18 road record on the year. First time in about 5 seasons that they haven't had a winning record on the road.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Pau Gasol has checked in for Jamison. Kobe comes in for Matt Barnes. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake.
Tell you what, whether there's an opening or not, this guy's going to attack the rim regardless.
And Kobe throws it down hard.
Rock that rim. Gotta love that enthusiasm, folks.
Not only, Clark, did he rock the rim, he decided to hang around a bit for that one, too. I love it.
Well, what a finish. That was just gorgeous. You know, I heard an interview with Kobe. They asked him when he knew he was special at basketball. And he said he scored 60 points in a game back when he was 6 years old. 60.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, I think it's accurate to call the Dwight Howard situation a saga, and it has, at least for the moment, calmed down. A trade to the Los Angeles Lakers has now thrust them squarely into the championship picture. First, the acquisition of star point guard Steve Nash, and now the best center in the league. The tough Western Conference just got tougher. Kevin?
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. Chalmers' shot is no good. And Steve, Kobe obsessive about the game at a young age. Even at 6 years of age, he was already focused on developing his left hand. You know, his dad played in the NBA for such a long time, guided him along, grew up basically in Italy where his dad was coaching pro basketball. He was exposed to so much, but obviously from a very early age, he was very focused.
Well, Joe Jellybean Bryant, his dad, he played a long time in the NBA, 9+ years, and then another 7 in Europe or so. So he's been around the game and has grown up in what has been the family business for Kobe. And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right, not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Ball's knocked loose. The dish now to Chalmers. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
I tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Jamison the pass to Nash. And stolen by Chalmers. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Lewis. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 6 assists in the game. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's making a difference here.
That's one thing to get to the rim, and it's another to finish when you get there. I mean, he's done both so far.
He's done a great job of being able to complete plays at the rim, finishing drives nicely.
Heat shooting the ball with incredible accuracy.
Oh, get it!
Yeah, when he gets on a roll, it's pretty much over. He can get into that zone.
What a huge play. Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
You know, with the Lakers, it's all about winning titles. Anything else is considered a disappointment, and they were tested early, though.
LeBron shot is off.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And Kobe throws it down hard.
How about the nice, exquisite timing on that alley-oop? Well done.
Yeah, two teammates in total sync right there. You're right.
Very harmonic.
Oh, man, it was beautiful. The pass was delivered right to the hoop. Set up that jam.
Battier with it. Picked up by World Peace. Stolen by Bosch. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Battier with the ball. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Battier. And that's 10 points for Wade. Go back to that matchup for the Lakers against Denver. Kobe's illness, he had the stomach flu, Artest out with the suspension, Meta World Peace. You know, had gotten the late regular season suspension with the elbow to the side of the head of James Harden. Steve, they were certainly facing their struggles.
Yeah, and those struggles caught up to them in the next round, Kevin, when they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the younger, more talented team winning in that one. So for the Lakers, you know, moving forward, they've got a lot of talent, but it's aging talent. And sooner or later, they're going to have to get younger on that roster.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, for the Heat last season, some adjustments made offensively, and maybe most importantly, LeBron and D-Wade resolved to get inside, and they cut down on their three-pointers. LeBron trimmed his three-point attempts almost in half. Wade cut his down to about a quarter from the prior year. Chris Bosh said, them getting down into that post, being aggressive, getting to the line and drawing fouls, I think is great for the team. LeBron James said, I'm just trying to focus on being in the paint and get to the free throw line. We have enough three-point shooters on this team. Kevin?
Well, Doris, it makes sense. They're tough to handle down there, but it opens up things for everyone else. It's Allen with the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Well, Allen is the all-time leader in three-pointers made, past Reggie Miller a couple of years ago. So obviously you have to worry about him out there. But what makes Allen so good is that he can also put the ball on the floor, get into the paint, and score at that mid-range area as well.
And he really has a fondness for those corners. I mean, you just can't help off of him. Too much of a threat from out there. You've got to stay connected to him.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, both teams playing well. Neither club able to pull away.
And the Heat making a change here. James is checked in. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Kobe with the steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Meeks. And a big-time jam right there.
About the lead just going back and forth here. We're seeing some really good basketball.
You know what, guys? I've lost track of how many times the lead has changed. I mean, it's obvious, though, it's been a good one, and neither side can pull away.
The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Man, this club shot 77% as a team last year. Good, not spectacular, but solid.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season. He didn't get it done that time, but he doesn't miss very many, though. That's one thing he does bring you.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Heat out front, they're up by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right. While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Uncontainable Game Report. Doris?
Hey guys, well it was the stretch by the Heat that garners the uncontainable game today. They had a defense that simply couldn't be solved, and it was all that they needed in order to build a lead. That effort will be needed for one more period if they want to get the win.
Doris, thank you. That was quite a run they had, quite exemplary of what we think of when we think about that turning point. Definitely a Sprite Uncontainable Game moment.
Yeah, you won't get any argument from me, Kevin. It was as big a factor in this game as anything. You know, when a team builds up that much momentum, it just becomes so hard to turn the tide back around.
Yeah, see, they just kept the throttle down. They sensed an area of weakness and then just continued to exploit it, never letting up.
So with Wade on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Ray Allen and LeBron fill out the wings. Chris Bosh is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Chalmers in at the point guard. Kobe kicks to world peace, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
What a great game. This looks like it's going to go right down to the wire.
Well, you talk about what happens in close games. Mistakes are magnified. Both teams have to be very careful down the stretch here. That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Here's Kobe. That doesn't go any good for Kobe.
After fighting back into it, they had a chance to tie this thing up.
Steve, I love it. They are not going away. They've brought it close right now.
How about that shot? Off balance and with a guy all over him.
And the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 4. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Ray Allen. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Metta World Peace. Saul comes in for Antoine Jameson. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Matt Barnes. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Mike Brown was just going over the plan with his team. He warned his team to get back in transition defense, saying they're giving up way too many fast break buckets, and he wants an end to it. He said, hey, let's slow the tempo and make them take some tough shots. A sound defensive strategy, Kevin.
Well, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yep, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just try in there and get an easy bucket. And another quick strike for them. No question which team is running the fast break better here today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been lethal in transition, Steve. It's one of the reasons they're out in front.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Nash kicks to Howard. Stolen by Bosh. LeBron outside. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And the basket by Chalmers.
Well, they are not exactly taking their foot off the gas just yet.
No, they want to throw a little bit of whipped cream and some cherry on top of this one.
And here's Kobe for 3. That's good.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Chalmers dishes to LeBron. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. And the Heat lead by 9.
And that should do it. This is an insurmountable lead.
Yep, there's too little time left, too big a deficit to overcome. This one's over.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. Barnes comes in for Pau Gasol. Devin Ebanks, he's checked in for Meeks. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Kobe's shot is off. The Heat have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Blake with the steal.
Help out! Help out!
Shoots the 3, and that one's good. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And here is LeBron. Wade from outside. Again, the miss by the Heat. Right side, Kobe. Can't connect. And so it's Miami winning this one. Both teams.
56. The Lakers. 50.
Just point out the bounce. Show me the bounce. Yeah.